How's my hair?
It's a little fluffy. Sure.
Okay. I'm really tired.
You can do it. Don't fall asleep. We can now put that on the internet.
This isn't really going to do anything for the next 20 minutes, but
It'll make you feel like something's going to happen.
yeah. Just like your essential oils. Whatever works.
Whatever works. Whatever you need.
If
to
it
do
works,
for
it
the
works.
universe.
And-
Yeah.
Welcome back to Crazy Blessed Adventures, where, what do we say? Links are in the show notes, the fights are in the...
On the camera.
Links are in the show notes, the fights are...
We obviously have this down.
And the kids are...
In their beds,
In their
hopefully.
beds. Welcome back to Crazy Blessed Adventures, where the links are in the notes, the fights are in the recording, and the kids are hopefully in bed. So today we're supposed to be talking about
Buying gifts
buying gifts for a dude.
for him. For
Yes.
your significant
Not for,
other.
well, yes.
Just for him, no.
If you want to buy me gifts, I'm good with that. But no,
For your husband or the
Yeah.
dad or the...
Right. And I'm super curious to see what you have to say about this. Because
Yeah.
you're not allowed to buy me gifts. So
I'm
what's
not.
your
So,
advice?
Yeah, full disclosure, I don't buy gifts for Jamin, ever. He is a super non-traditionalist and does not like doing things that people do because people do them.
That's a great way to put it.
We don't buy Christmas gifts for him, or birthday gifts, or Father's Day gifts, or the kids aren't allowed to do birthday gifts. Or
Any kind of celebration that
Yeah.
is not earned, but only done because the calendar
Because,
says.
Yeah, you have to do it, or else you're a bad person.
Right. Right. But if I do something great, then you're allowed to say, great job.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So with that in mind,
With that in
since you
mind.
have no experience in this,
Right.
then what is your
and
advice?
the kids aren't even allowed to. I have to say though, the kids, I have had kids before who knew that it was Papa's birthday coming and really, because they love birthdays, felt like they had to get him something because they really wanted to. So I did have them get it and then save it for another day.
Perfect.
But the other factor in us
I
never
think you're just delaying because you don't really have
I
anything to
have
say.
nothing to say, no. But the other factor is that we don't ever do gifts without talking to each other because we're not supposed to spend the rules. We don't spend money
Sure.
without. So all that in mind, the two kind of rules of thumb that I have two.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got. Is
That's more than you should have since you have zero experience. You should give zero advice. Okay.
one, anything the kids make or decide on their own is usually a win.
But I have a hard time believing it though, because if the kids are coming up with something, especially before they're old enough to read a calendar, I have a hard time believing that, they just happen to know that it was Father's Day, unless they said something about it in church or something and wrecked the whole thing.
That is, we are kind of getting on that territory though. The oldest are 7 and 8.
Yeah, and they're going to wreck the younger
They know
kids.
that Christmas is coming and we get presents for everybody else, so why not pop it too?
Right.
So they do want to make you a mug with your name on it or, you know, draw you a picture that's special. So that kind of thing. And those are the things that I think that you would be most likely to want to save.
Absolutely. The less likely on the ones that they actually make at church or at school or whatever, because
it wasn't the class project that we had to do, but the one that they just really wanted to do because they wanted to give you something.
Yeah, yeah.
So those kind of things are usually a win.
Okay.
If it's their idea, not yours.
Sure.
I mean, not the adults.
That
in their world.
Seems like that would apply for any dad who loves his kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the second thing is noting whatever is stuff that you normally spend your free money or time on. So if it's like when you go to the grocery store, if you're going to splurge on something, what are the things you normally splurge on? So then if we go to the store and then the kids go, oh, there's the candy that Papa always likes, and then we buy that one, then that's a safe
I'm a sucker for that.
bet because...
But that's a general gift-giving rule.
Right,
that's not like on Christmas, here's what you should do for the man in your life.
Unless you know, like, for example, we know that you like to spend your free time with your family.
Okay.
Taking us on adventures or taking a kid on an adventure.
Right.
And so a really good gift idea would be something along those lines. Tickets to an event that you could take a kid to or...
Sure. But all that stuff's gonna be expensive though too. And I'm like, again, if you're spending hundreds of dollars and we're not talking about
Right,
it.
I wouldn't do that without you. But if I were the kind of person, and you were the kind of person, if we were in the kind of scenario where I was going to buy you a Christmas gift, that's the direction I'd go.
Yeah, maybe someday in the future,
So,
after they buy all our products.
so anyway, those are my ideas.
Okay, so that's it for you.
That's all I got.
All right. So then for me, the only thing I would want to add to that, in addition to my own personal hatred of gifts on calendar days that are the correct days to express love for a person when you didn't want to express it the day before, the only other thing would be to not spend money on something that is a hobby of mine that you really don't have any idea about, which is basically going to be all of my hobbies, because we don't have a whole lot of things that we do together that are hobbies that we have together. We don't knit together. We don't do puzzles together. We have stuff that we do together, but we don't have shared hobbies so much at this point. So if it's my thing and then you buy me some really great tool for my thing, then
I probably don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna be forced to use that. So that would go for like tools, like from the toolbox.
I wouldn't even try.
Anything musical, probably, unless you got really good insider information from me and not advice from your girlfriend whose husband also has the same hobby, and he said that he really loves that thing. Well, I don't care because that guy's a douche. Can I say douche?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I don't care because that guy and I don't have the same preference in this hobby.
Right.
And so I'm going to probably end up not liking it, but I'm not going to have the heart to tell you. And so then I'm going to be forced to use it. And then every time I use it, I'm going to go, oh, gifts. Why can't I have the same rules that genius Jamin had with his gifts? Just don't buy me gifts on holidays. You don't have to come up with something clever.
Yeah, no, it's true. For my hobbies, I want to be able to pick my own pieces.
Okay, so another one is the personalization thing, because most of the things you can buy that you can get engraved are really sucky.
Yeah,
I really like a good mug, and you and I don't have the same preference in mugs, I don't think. So except for that once, when you shattered that favorite mug of mine, and then you got a replacement of that one that was super duper awesome, but again, you had really great insider information. It's exactly what I would want, and so that was a great gift, even though I wasn't holding it against you about that mug thing, or at least that's what I will say for the world. Then that was a really cool gift that I did not expect, and it was a surprise. Was that on a holiday though? That wasn't. That was again just.
Yeah, probably not.
And I don't think it was like on that same day. It was like a month or two later though. It wasn't like, oh, I'm so sorry I broke your mug, here's a replacement mug.
Right.
It was just like...
It was just kind of a random surprise.
That was wonderful.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
I'm glad you remember that way.
So the last don't before I get to the do's on my list is don't give me some gift that I'm going to have to pay for in other ways. So if you tell me, hey, I'm going to fold your laundry for the next month or whatever, even though I know I don't fold laundry, but if whatever it was that you were going to do for me, if then like I noticed like the dishes were piling up more than usual, then that would be frustrating for me. I'd be like, well, why can't I just do my jobs and you just do your jobs? Life was working out great that way. So if it's going to mean that I've got to pay for it in some other way, then that's going to be a serious drag, and that gift is going to be a curse instead of a blessing.
So you mean like a subscription that you have to continue paying for, or was it like an actual gift?
No, I was thinking more like favors, things you make, or like if the kids use up all my special paper making me a card, then like
you have to buy more
now I need more special paper or whatever. Yeah, just anything that's going to take away more from my life elsewhere, then it actually gives me an area that I'm getting the gift.
Like a puppy.
Like a puppy.
I won't buy you a puppy.
But we are getting a puppy soon.
We are getting a puppy soon.
Okay, so if you are a Morkie breeder,
let us know.
let us know.
Yeah.
If you're in this Sacramento area.
I don't want to drive too
Or you
far.
send it to us.
Mail? Can you mail?
Overnight?
What if the puppy didn't make it?
No, you just line it with the absorbent paper stuff. Poke some holes in it. It'll be good. So, things that I know, as you said, don't buy me things for my hobby. But things that allow me to do my hobby on my terms.
Okay. Ideas.
So I don't play golf, but I know that a lot of my friends who do play golf, because that part of their brain doesn't work and they think it's a sport. They think it's entertaining and not just frustrating and
You're
stupid.
not trying to alienate anybody here.
No, never. So they like getting like a pass to the driving range or something like that would be great. For me, like a indoor soccer pass, which would also have to include like some arrangement for kids sitting then too, if I'm going to go and do that thing. You gotta take that into consideration. So that would be cool.
Okay.
Or like the shooting range, time at the shooting range, or ammo for the shooting range is, again, as long as you're really super sure. If you take one of the bullets in and you say, here, I want
more of this exact
300
kind.
of these, right? Yeah.
So the time and the space to do your hobby.
There we go.
Okay.
That's and one of my friends, like it's an annual tradition that his Christmas gift is a fishing license for the next year, which is like super cool. And you know what it's going to be, but it's still meaningful, and it's the family encouraging you to do the things you love.
Okay, cool.
Baby crying. That's a really smart idea. You had to pipe in the sounds of the kids during each of our recordings to make it sound like we actually have kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other idea, if it's not hobby-based, would be upgrades of things that I already have.
Okay.
So that would be like my Audible account. If you got like, right now I'm on the one book a month plan.
Oh.
So if you like upgraded my account, also the nice thing about that is undoable. That way I have permission to stay at the 2 or 3 book level. But then like if at any point I decide, I don't want to spend that much money on that.
But if I'm the one giving you the gift, how do I actually do that? Like, I'd have to go into your account to do it, wouldn't I?
Yeah, you don't know what my password is?
Well, but the people on the...
Just type in like Wendy Super Hot. 1, 2, 3.
What if it's something I don't know the password for? I guess that's my question.
You can just give a gift card, right? Like a little card that says, we want to upgrade your Audible account.
Yeah, sure.
And then let me go spend my money on it. But it's permission to spend money on things that I would not spend money on otherwise.
Okay.
Things that are in my Amazon wish list or that are in my saved for later portion of the Amazon cart. That's a pretty good indication.
That you wanted it?
That I wanted it, yes. Or more of the same things. You know, I like rock stars. So a 48 pack of rock stars would be great. Or whatever. Just upgrades of things that I already use.
Something that you normally buy.
Yep.
Okay.
Last thing would be tools. And I don't need, this is really risky.
Yeah.
But these are really, really super great ideas. Baby again. You know, I didn't realize is that if you have 6 kids and you tuck them each in for 5 or 10 minutes each,
that's like an hour.
That's an hour.
Yeah.
Just like that. Like they're in bed by 9. You're not leaving the bed
until 10.
Till 10.
Yeah.
So the last thing is 3 tool suggestions, and I know that's usually a terrible idea to buy tools, but I've got 3
really specific.
3 home runs here. One that's super expensive, one that's super cheap, and one that's also pretty cheap. Okay, so the super expensive one is an impact driver. It looks...
Impact driver.
Yes.
I have no idea what that is.
It looks like it's just a powered screwdriver, which I had one of those. I thought a good one for 20 years. And then when we were doing the remodel for the studio, then my contractor said, hey, you really should get one of these. I'm like, it's $300. He's like, trust me, it'll be worth it. He's a nice guy, and I didn't want to look like a wimp, so I went ahead and shelled out the $300, and it has changed my life. The impact part is the important part of it. So it's not just a regular drill or whatever. It's you need the impact part. You need the expensive one. And so...
But if I go in the tool section and say I need an impact driver, and there's like 10 different ones.
The battery-powered impact driver, the one that's like the $300 range.
$300.
Makita or DeWalt.
Okay.
Get one of those.
Okay.
That will, if he doesn't already have one, it will change his life forever. I used to be like, if I had to like screw something in that was like longer than a tiny little screw, then I'd literally have to sit on the thing, and then my battery would die. And this thing, like I when we were doing the framing, I could take a screw that was like 5 feet long. And I feel like He-Man when I'm using it. It's incredible.
So if I get that for Christmas to a guy that doesn't already have it, I'm a Christmas hero.
You won't be for the next 2.5 months until he needs to use it.
Okay.
And then he'll go, holy cow, woman, leave your man and come live with me.
Okay.
That was amazing.
Got it.
What are you doing giving impact drivers to other guys?
I'm just saying.
Okay. That was weird. So the impact driver, that's the first one. The second one is a set of pokey tools. And pokey tools. I don't know what they're called.
Which aisle of Home Depot has pokey
That's
tools?
why I'm going to put a link in. Because I don't know. Your dad gave them to me when we first got married, and he was like, these look stupid, but these are the only tools that you use every day. And he was right.
Okay.
And they're fantastic. Because there's constantly stuff stuck in tiny little spaces where you got to poke through things, and you need a set of pokey tools. Yes.
Okay.
Also, some really good. What do you call those clippy thingies that you can use them? Use them on your nails.
Clippers?
I feel like this is a
nail clippers.
Nope. Man, this is like a game show here. Tweezers.
Oh.
Really long
I've never used tweezers on my nails.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Splinters?
I'm not a woman. Perhaps you've noticed. No, a really good long tweezers.
Long tweezers. Okay.
Yep, and some
Pokey
pokey
tools, long tweezers.
You got it. So those go together in a bundle. They're in the same place, and I use them constantly.
Okay.
The third one is a magnetic stud finder. You have to be prepared when you give him this one. It's a very specific one that you need. There's the kind that like just looks for the density in the walls, and then there's the magnetic ones that searches for the screws or the nails.
Oh, and it hangs there. I've seen that trick.
So yes, so then you know that there's a nail there. Someone else already put a nail into a stud, so you're sure there's a nail there instead. And you are going to have to put up with the jokes that go with the stud finder when you get. And he's gonna think he's so clever. If you want to not wreck Christmas, then you have to just put up with it and just know that he'll appreciate it later on.
Most important tools in your toolbox.
I'd say they are the most likely to be winners across the board.
Got it.
Other than that, I don't recommend tools unless you are yourself a carpenter. So those are my actual recommendations.
Okay.
But my biggest recommendation for me and anyone like me is just get me a gift any other day.
Just not
December 14th is perfect. January 10th, wonderful. Just don't get me one on the 24th or the 25th of December, or really the week
26th.
Yes,
kind of pushing it.
Yeah, because it feels like this is a Christmas gift. You just are trying to follow some rules. I can't appreciate though that you and other people like you do like gifts and you like giving gifts.
Yes, and there are several children in our house who
Yes.
love holidays and love giving.
So I'm trying to bend more on this issue because I'm realizing it's not just about making me happy, but the actual giving of the gift. You like the holiday because it gives you an excuse to do that in the same way that like church gives us an excuse to hang out with our friends or something like that. Like that's part of it. So the holiday for you is just, I always wanted to get you a gift, but I can't just buy you one every day. So here's the official allotted time for gifts. So it's not entirely stupid to me anymore, but I still don't like it.
I appreciate that.
Want to do it? So if you have any gift ideas of your own, you're probably wrong. I just gave you all of the great gift ideas. But like and subscribe anyway. Go ahead. They'll like it more. Right now they just they unliked. We need to get you to make them like.
All right.
Okay.
So if you have any gift ideas of your own for a favorite guy in your life or guys
or your husband, either one,
leave your comments and like and subscribe and follow us at crazyblessedadventures.com. Somebody put a penny in here.
And a dime.
2 dimes. Any more?
Bummer. That's a donut. It's not nothing.